Hey Nate.
Hey Ryan, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Hey guys.
Hey McKenna.
Hey.
Sorry, I realized my internet wasn't, I had to switch my internet thing off, and so I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get in here.
No
How
worries.
did you guys do on the mini project?
Good. I think I got full credit.
Oh, on this one or the one before?
Oh, sorry, I meant the one before.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. I meant this one, but that's super awesome. I should probably check my score.
Oh. Yeah, on this one I'm like I just started like 15 minutes ago, so I'm not that far in.
Cool. I thought it was actually pretty simple, which was really nice. I just had a couple questions for you guys. Since you're not that far, Nate, I don't know how far into it you are, Ryan.
I finished.
You finished?
Yeah, I only had one question towards the end.
Okay, so my question was, it's kind of a dumb question. I'm trying to remember what it was actually. Oh yeah, so, oh my gosh, I barely remember it. Oh, so for like the standards of professionalism, it usually requires like, I don't know, everything to be like within full view of the page. But with this one, I felt like the bar a lot. Is that fine? I know that's kind of a dumb question, but is that how yours was? I'm sharing my screen right now. Mine's just like super huge.
Yeah, so mine goes down to row 210.
Oh, okay.
It goes over from A to O, just because the first one's really big.
Okay.
So I ended up thinking there's no way I was gonna fit them all on one screen. So instead of trying to do them like 1, 2, like on the top, and then 3, 4, like bottom next, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. If that makes sense. I just did them like 1, and then down to 2, down to 3, down to 4. I mean, he's gonna have to scroll anyways, so I didn't put them together. If that makes sense.
Okay. And then I don't know if you can see my screen, but so I had everything color coded. I worked on it for about like 2 hours, and I had color coded everything and made it look really good. And then I realized that anytime you like minimized, like this whole thing would just become white, and it like, because before I had a background color and it just like looked super weird. So I was like, okay, well that doesn't look professional. So I undid all the coloring, and I'm gonna just like restart it. But so these are really weird questions, but I know that like he always says people miss the most on standards of professionalism, so that's why I'm asking. But when I did the second filters, I'm assuming yours looked like this too, right? Which could like narrow down if they're used.
You're on the Google Hangout screen.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
So I can only see Nate's beautiful picture.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So like this thing, here's the filter, you know.
Right.
Anyways, this is so dumb, but when I had it color coded, anytime I changed this, like this thing would just go black. And like they would all change colors and stuff, and I couldn't just get it one synchronized color. Did you have that issue, or did you just not color them, or?
So what I did, I mean, I'll show it to you. I left it very simple because I had the kind of same thing. Anytime I was coloring something, like it would be very picky. So what I did here, I'll show you. Let me find the screen real quick. Screen share. That one. Share. All right, can you see that? So what I did is I just did like a color for the title, so that all the titles start out like kind of show out. I put the number up here because there's a place you can name it right here.
Right.
But for some reason, like some of them didn't want to get named, so I ended up just putting a title up above. And then there's a couple that have like the specific inputs or like filters. I made those like a bluish color. So like
Okay.
this one does, so like this one, the second one doesn't necessarily have anything, so I didn't do it. But
That's
the third
really
one does, so I made it blue again. And then out of that, I just left it all kind of white and put it within like a big box itself, and then just did a background color. So I know it's probably like the most boring thing he'll get, but at least it's all the same format. And so this is what I'm talking about. So like my first one right here, like there's no way that the second one may have fit here, but the second one in size compared to the third one, like that would have looked really unprofessional to have this big thing over here and then a little tiny one over here. So I just did them 1, 2, 3, 4 all the way down.
That's smart. Okay, so tell me this. You could take one of your, for example, number 2, the sales by inventory.
Yeah.
If you like minimized some of for example, minimizing Ford or minimizing all of like the states or whatever, or yeah, the cities, doesn't it totally screw up like the color works and stuff? Like if you scroll down.
Yeah. If I had colors in it, yeah. That's why I got away from doing it.
No, but your background color that?
No. So I went through. Hold on a second. So what? So you're talking about like that, right?
Yeah, because like if you scroll down a little bit, whenever I'd minimize, like it would keep like that bottom part where it says the grand total, like
It would make it a different color, like the white.
bring it up, and then like the background color would no longer be that light gray. It would just be this white.
Yeah. So if you do something like this, I think I know what you're talking about. So if you do like this, oh, hold on, because I had this problem for a little bit. Pivot table, existing. I'll put it right here. Okay, go do like inventory and make or something else. But if you had, where's it at? Okay, so if I had that and then I changed it to that, you're talking about this?
Yes.
Yeah, so, because what it's doing is it's changing, because my information was in this area right there, if that makes sense. So it's changing it to that white, because that white's the color of this. So all I had to do, I had to go back out and like put all the data I wanted in there. So I'd actually say, okay, well, it's supposed to be buyer. Okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. Then I'd have to go back, have to do this. I'd have to select all these cells and then select my color and put it back.
And then if you make that bigger, then it won't be an issue.
Like this, and then putting it back.
Yeah.
Oh, still an issue. Oh,
well,
no,
I feel like honestly, so the whole point of pivot tables, I just wanted to see what you guys were thinking, but like the whole point of pivot table is to like make it easier than using if statements, and if statements are obviously like more effective for changing data. So maybe it won't really matter, because you wouldn't really use a pivot table if you're like looking at really like intense information. It's usually just like for quick tables, right?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, it's more for like data that's not going to necessarily change all the time.
Right.
I mean, you can refresh it, but it's not necessarily.
Well, I hope he doesn't like dock anyone for doing stuff. But yeah, those are my only questions.
So here's the only question I had was on, let's pull up that number it was. I think it's like the last one. So number 4, it says when the boss comes in, he always likes to give an award for the salesperson who sold the highest price and the lowest price car. Put in a section below the 6 table that calculates the highest price car and the lowest price car. So I did that. Are we supposed to just, I guess this is kind of where I want your guys' input. Are we just supposed to put the price of the highest car and the price of the lowest car? Or are we supposed to have some formula that actually shows who did those sales?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Because I did it.
Putting the name in the row and the sale price in the columns, and then doing the max and the min. But I don't know. I feel like you should put the name, because if he's going to award someone, Wouldn't you want it to show their name who did the
Well,
highest?
that's what I thought. But it was like I read the instruction. It said just put the highest price and lowest price car. I'm like, okay, well, like common sense says do a name, but then the instruction just says pick a number.
I would put the name.
Okay.
That's what I'll do. I'm gonna put the name with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do too. Maybe I'll just put in the comments that, hey, the directions weren't very clear, so since they weren't, we just went with common sense.
Right.
And hopefully if we did it wrong, I hope that the comment will show that, like, oh, yeah, it wasn't worded very well. I shouldn't dock anyone for those points.
Plus, I don't think they'll dock you for putting a name in there, but they might dock you if they wanted a name. And you
Right.
don't. So
That's true. Cool. Well,
That's all I had.
this was the best mini project ever. It was very simple. I don't want to speak too soon though.
right.
Yeah, no, it really doesn't get much more difficult than what you've done already. It's just plug and play all day.
Before this class, Ryan,
What's that?
did you know Excel pretty well before this class?
Nope.
No, not really.
I mean, I knew how to do.
some
I knew how to do
experience.
some basic stuff.
I thought I knew Excel well before this class.
That's what I thought I knew it, but now that I actually know it, I had no idea what I was doing.
Yeah, I used to put Excel on like job application or like my job or my resume that I knew how to use Excel. Just because I literally knew how to create a worksheet, and then I was like, yeah, it's just rows. You just type it in.
Oh yeah, pro level right there.
I know how to do it. Yep. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. I'm good if you're good.
Yep, I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Night,
All
guys.
right, I'll send you guys the link.
Perfect. Thank you. Bye.
See ya. Bye.